What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video. I decided to um, show you my poster making process. I was in the middle of making another poster for a show that's coming up pretty soon, and I wanted to do one last poster design of some original artwork. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to walk you through my process on how I design my 18 by 24 inch posters. So what I'm going to do is I'm in Photoshop right now. It's what I always use to make my posters. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the what I did was I opened up the 18 by 24 inch template that I already had, which this is what you see here. So this is untitled. So what I want to do now, the first thing I want to do is I want to save this so it already has a name to it. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to do save as. It's going to open up. It says save to Creative Cloud. No, I'm going to save to on your computer, which is going to go to my hard drive. So now it's going to open up to my hard drive, and I'm in my folder that I want to be in. So what I want to do is I'm going to rename this so it already has a name to it, like I said. So I'm going to call this poster Zombie Head. So it's going to be Zombie Head. I do 18 by 24 poster, and I'll put yeah, we'll leave it like that. So I have Zombie Head 18 by 24 poster. So that lets me know the file. That lets me know what I have to look up. I write it down. I've already written down in my journal. So I already know what the name is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save it. So as you see here, it's Zombie Head 18 by 24, which stands for 18 by 20 inch, 18 by 24 inch poster. So it's a PSD file. It's already laid out. And I'm going to go into my image window. I want to check, the first thing I want to do is I want to check that it's on CMYK, because CMYK mode is what you're going to always print. That's the default for when you send things out to your printer. You never want to keep things in RGB color mode. You only want to do RGB color mode when you're doing things for web or stuff that you're going to see online, okay, because it's only 3 colors. Whereas if you do it in CMYK, that's 4 colors. And I'm not going to get into the colors. I'm assuming everybody knows what CMYK stands for and RGB stands for. Okay, so anyway, so it's already checked CMYK color. I'm going to go here to where it says image size. I'm going to click on that, and the dimensions are already there and everything. So it's 18 by 24 inches. The resolution is in pixels, which is 300, and it's ready to go. So I'm just double checking to make sure everything's good. So that's okay. So the one thing I will say is, the printer that I send this out to print my posters, you have to send it out with a bleed on the file. Okay, so you have to have a bleed. So the bleed is 0.25. So what I've learned to do to save me from having to save multiple files, what I do is I make my original PSD file in the original size that I want. So if it's 18 by 24 inch, I make it an 18 by 24 inch. If it's 16 by 20, I make it a 16 by 20 inch. Now, when I go to save a copy of this as a PDF file, which is the print file that I'm going to send out to the poster manufacturer, the printing manufacturer to make the poster from, I'm going to add the bleed to that, because the only time I'm going to use that PDF file in theory is when I want to send it out to have it printed. So I don't need to save it necessarily in 18 by 24 inch. What I need to save it, what I'm going to save it in on my PDF file, is it's going to be saved at 18.25 by 24.25. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do when I save it as a PDF file. So when I do my posters, my workflow is to save it as a PSD file first. Then I save it primarily as a PDF file. So I only save 2 file formats originally when I'm doing my poster designs. I don't need to save it in JPEG or anything else unless I'm going to save it to put on the web. And if I'm going to put it on the web, I'll save it as a JPEG or as a PNG file. But for right now, I'm just getting this set up to print as a poster. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to do 2 files. I'm saving PSD, which I already have here, and I'm going to save it as a PDF file. Okay. So right now I'm working in the PSD file. So what I want to do is, for this design, the first thing I want to do is I want to set up my background, which I go over here to the layers window, and I'm going to click on the background, and I'm going to rename that as background. It's one of the things I always do first to distinguish that layer, so I know that's the background layer. I could leave it as layer 0, but I don't want to. It's my workflow, so that's what I do. So you see it's background. That's my background layer right there, background. So what I want to do is I'm going to go basic with this design layout. So I'm going to just lay it out in with a black background. So what I want to do is I want to go up here to edit. I'm going to go fill my foreground color, which is already black. It says contents foreground color. So I'm going to click OK. So it's going to set it as black. So I'm already black. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm happy with that. What I want to do now is I want to import the artwork. So I'm going to go to where it says open as a smart object. Click on that. It's going to open up. So it's going to open up. I got my passport drive, which is my hard drive. So I'm going to click. Well, actually, no. Actually, I have the artwork saved to my Dropbox file. Yeah, that's right. I have to remember that. Okay, so I'm going to go into my photos in my Dropbox folder. I'm going to go to photos. I'm going to type in, zombie head. It should be as a PNG. Let's see. Let me see if it's in there. Zombie head. Zombie head PNG. So it should be right here. Let's do number. Whoops. Wrong one. Zombie head and PNG. Yes. Okay. That should be the one. So I'm going to open it up. And there it is. So now I have that, and the reason why I had it as a PNG because if I would saved as if I would have uploaded the JPEG file would have given it a default white background. But with the PNG file, it gives me a transparent background. So as you can see here, this is the artwork that I'm going to use. So what I want to do first is I want to go into the image, and I want to check what mode it's in. So right now it's in RGB mode, color mode. So what I want to do before I even bring it over onto my background layers, I want to convert that to CMYK colors for printing. So I'm gonna hit don't rasterize. It says you're about to. I'll go okay for this. So now it's going to convert it to CMYK mode. So that's CMYK color mode. So I'm already set there. So my background is set to CMYK. My artwork is set to CMYK because what I've done in the past, trial and error, is I've set up my posters. I've made posters and prints and everything, and the prints come out in the wrong color mode because I forgot to convert everything. Okay, so I've learned to do all this little pre-setup stuff before I actually start my layout. So everything's already done. Everything's already converted to CMYK. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on to my background. And again, this is my workflow in Photoshop. I know there's shortcuts. I know people have other little quick little shortcuts that they do, but this is the way I do my workflow. Okay, so I just wanted to clear that up, just in case for some of you people out there that are more adept in Photoshop or know more about Photoshop than I do. This is my workflow. Okay, so just wanted to let you know that. All right. So anyway, getting back to the layout. So here we have the background. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on to my zombie head artwork. I'm going to drag it down over. I always drag it down over here into the corner, and then I wait for it to pop up here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab it and I'm going to drop it over in here, like about right there, because it's going to pop up. It's going to come up. Oh, okay, so it came up pretty decent. So what I want to do is I'm going to bring this up like this, and I'm going to click. There you go, till I see the X in the box. I'm just going to start to drag it to the size that I want. And I want it, since it's pretty much primarily just the artwork, I'm going to make it fairly big. And now I'm going to wait for the guidelines to show up. So right there, those guidelines, those purple guidelines, or those fuchsia guidelines are letting me know it's centered. The artwork is exactly centered. So I'm going to let go. And let me try to move a little bit. Okay, so I'm setting it again. All right. Just making sure everything looks right. Because the thing about this design is it should be equal from here to here. So that looks like it's about right. So sometimes your eyes can throw you off. But I'm just making sure everything looks centered, and for me, it looks pretty good, so I'll leave it. So click on. So there we have the artwork is on there. This is an original design I came up with, and as you can see, I have my copyright Torian Devon Sr. there. That's my artwork. That's my my name, copyright, because I did copyright this artwork. This is original. This is an original piece by me, and it is copyrighted by me. So I am the official owner of this artwork. So nobody else can copy this without my permission or my say so. So I'm just letting you know that. Full disclosure, full disclaimer. My artwork. I own this. Don't try to take it. I will handle it legally. All right. So getting back to the topic. All right. So right now we have everything centered. I'm pretty much just gonna leave it just like this. I'm not gonna add anything else to it. I think it looks good with a black background. You know, I just want the poster to be very simple, nothing extravagant. But what I am gonna do is I do want to add what I call signage or what I call some type of info in here. So I can do one of two things. I can already have my name in there, but I want to put my business name in there. I want to put tjdgraphics.com. So usually what I do is I put that down here in the corner, or I put it running counterclockwise this way. But what I'm actually thinking of doing is, I think I'll just stick with that for the tutorial for right now. So what I want to do is I'm going to click onto the type button or the type tool, and I'm looking at New Times Roman. So I'm just gonna go very basic with the lettering, and I'm just trying to think of what color I want the lettering to be. I can either go red or I can go. I usually try to have something that complements the poster design. So I can either go white because I have the white trim around it, or I can do some type of green, as in the color of the zombie. And if I wanted to do that, what I can do is go in with the color with the eyedropper tool. Go in probably like right here. I can click that. So now the color that I have here will be the color of my text, which will be kind of cool. So what I'll do, I think I'll go with that. So what I'm going to do is go back to my type tool. And what I'm going to do is I have New Times Roman at 14 points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down right here, click on, and I have text that just popped up. So what I want to do is I'm going to click off of that text, and I'm going to type in my own text, which is small, I know, but I'm going to type in I want all uppercase, so I'm going to put caps lock on. So I'm going to do TJD graphics.com. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to click on the move tool, and that'll bring my nodules up. So I'll go on and resize it and just wait for it. So there, I got that right there. So what I can do now is I can go back in, click on over here, and that will highlight the text. Oops, oops, what's going on? Let's see. I want to highlight the text because I want to change the text out. I want to change the font of the text. So let's go here. So we can go all my different fonts in here, and let's see, I was on Arial. No, I was on New Times Roman. I usually do it in Arial bold. Just something really simple. So let's see. The only thing is, let's see, let's take the text and let's put it at 16 points. That's too small. So let's bring it up to like 24. So it looks like a 24. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll go with my magnifying glass and I'll zoom in. And I will take this and I'm going to move that over to the corner here like this. Let's put it like right. And that's good. So we can leave it right there. It's a pretty good spot. So I'll leave that. And I do notice I have some type of smudge there. So occasionally I get this, and it's just noise, I say, from the design where I didn't take out all the noise. So in something like this, what I do is I'll create, let's see, I'll take my eyedropper tool, where's it at, and I'll click on black background. So what I want to do is I want to create another layer, I click on this. Let me create another layer. That. So what I want to do is I want to take my, where is it at? My paintbrush tool. Take my paintbrush tool, the brush tool, and let me see, give it a little bit of bigger size. Okay. So, and I take that. Let me see. Brush tool. A little bit bigger. Alright, so what I want to do is I'm just going to take it and I'm going to cover that up. There you go. So it's all good, can't see anything. And it's on top of the layer, so if I was to click on here, click on the eye, you'd see it, so it's right there. But if you click back on it, it takes you right on out. So at this point, what I do is I kind of look back over everything on the poster. I do a spot check, make sure everything looks good. Looks pretty good. And usually sometimes I put some, what I want to do, I put something in the background, like I'll either put like another layer of, like, say for instance this character right here, I take it and I would do a duplicate layer and I would lower the opacity, drop it behind this layer, the main character, and I would just expand it so you have this image sitting behind it that just kind of is kind of in the background. Sometimes I'll do that, but for this I think I'm just going to leave it like this. And I just want something that's pretty cool and just kind of just, it's just there. And it looks good. Like I said, I'm looking over everything. I have everything that's essential in this poster design. I have main character, the main artwork, and I have tjdgraphics.com. So everything you need. If you need to, find out who made the design, there it is right there, my name, and then the company that did it, tjdgraphics.com. So all the essentials are in this. This is all I need for this poster design. What I'm going to do now is let me expand it back out. Let me do it on fit screen so you can see it. So there it is. There you have it. So for this right here, I just usually leave that down as the side in case I have to do it again. But for the most part, that's it right there. Now, like I said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this as it is. So I can save it. So on your computer. Wait, what is it doing? It's supposed to just save. Okay, save. So supposed to hit save. Okay, on computer. And, oh, that's because it should be in my hard drive, my external hard drive. Okay, so now I just gotta go back to the original file, or the original folder that I saved it in, which is my 2020. Oh, no, I know what it's doing. Sorry about that, everybody. What it's doing is it's saving this, and that's not what I want. So I want to click on this. Now it should be, once I hit save, it's good. There we go. All right, so that's saved. Let's see. Okay, that's the paint layer. And what I can do is, I only got the 4 layers, so I'm good there. So now what I will do is I'm going to go, since this is already saved as an 18 by 24 inch poster design, now I'm going to save, I want to save it as a PDF file. So like I said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the image, click image, and click image size. Now this won't affect the original design because I've already saved it as the 18 by 24 inch. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the 0.25. I'm going to add the bleed size. Do the same thing down here, 0.25. Now it's going to have the bleed on it. So what it's going to do is it's going to take it and it's going to resize it to the 18.25 by 24.25 to the bleed size. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go back in, I'm going to check it. I'm going to image size. And yep, everything is good. The resolution is still the same. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as, I'm going to go down here, I'm going to click on, see as it says save as type. That means the type of file that you want. I'm going to save it as a Photoshop PDF. Click on the PDF file. These are all my PDFs. Most of these are my poster files. So what I'm going to go in here and do is I'm going to save this I'm going to save it as Zombie Head 18 by 24 poster with bleed. So I already know it has a bleed on there because it's in here. A lot of the files don't have bleeds on them, but this one has a bleed, so I'm going to save it with the words bleed, so I know where the file is and what it is. So click on here. Everything there is good. Click that. Click yes for that. So it's saving 90%. Yeah, so this is generally how I make all my poster designs on my poster prints. My standard file size or format size I like to work in is 18 by 24 inch because that's pretty much your poster size. 16 by 20 is good, but I decided 18 by 24 inch. That's the format that I like most of all. So still saving. It's almost done. In the meantime, I have everything I need. If I want to go back in and work and add something else to this, I just go into the PSD file and I open that one up and I go back in there and I can work on that one. But like I said, for right now, this is good. The file is complete. Now this is set and ready for me to go to the printer website and upload the design. It's already got the bleed. They'll take it. I can put it in their system, upload it, check it out, make sure everything looks good before the print. If there's anything wrong with it, they'll let me know. And they'll let me know what it needs to have done to it. I'll go back in and work on it. But for right now, this is it. This is my zombie head poster. Yeah, that's it. So there you go. I got two file formats, PSD, PDF, two different sizes. The PSD file only has the normal 18 by 24 inch dimensions, whereas the PDF file has the 0.25 bleed on each side. So that's it for this video. I hope this gave you a little insight into how to make your own posters if you're interested in it, or how the process is done if you want to have somebody make a poster for you, original artwork. But that's it for right now. Hope you got something out of this. Hope you liked the video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know how you feel about the video, yay or nay. This is Torian with TJD Graphics. I'm out of here. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. I'll be back in another video next time. See you later. Bye.